Manager YouTube.
What it is, what it do, everybody. Yes, welcome to the live stream. This time, A1 Forever Sports, the show that's cool and fly too. And I got some heavy hitter guests on here, man. We're going to go around the ATL today. But before we get into it, I got to hit you with my intro. It's been a minute.
A1. Yeah, truly. Cooler and I'm flyer too. Jam. Cooler and I'm flyer too.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the show. A1 Forever Sports, the show that's cool and fly too. And if you here, then that means you're cool and fly too as well. Like I said, I got some heavy hitters on here with me today. I ain't even going to take the spotlight from the gentlemen. I'm going to let each one of them introduce themselves and welcome themselves to the platform.
Yes, sir. It's your boy K, man. 1/4 of 4 quarters sportcast, man. You know.
Yes, sir. It's your boy JC. Back on here. I already collabed with Smitty and my boy. But you know, we gotta talk some basketball and other stuff today.
Yeah,
so let's get right into it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna take y'all around the ATL right quick, man. Y'all know who it is. I'm chilling with my little bro and my 2 nephews today, man. So y'all go to their page and show them some love, man.
Yes, sir, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, everybody. Now, before so I want to get in there, just shout out to anybody who is checking it out. Shout out to the chat. I want to shout out to John Brooks, that boy Slim 87. What it do? Oh, my boy RJ ATL for life. And we got what looks like Case Clayton. What it do, man?
That's my girl Cass Clayton. That's my home girl.
Cass Clayton. Sorry about that.
She down in Miami doing big things, man, working with the Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah, bring me some of that weather up here. It's cold right now.
Boy,
I'm talking about
it's finna go down in about a week.
I'm trying to tell you. So, fellas, man, let's talk about these Atlanta Hawks, man. The Atlanta Hawks. Now, recently, we already know 116 to 114, man, to these New York Knicks, man. It just really pains me because we have lost 4 of the last 5 to New York, man. But I really just want to get you guys' thoughts about this particular game, things you like, things you guys didn't like. And I want to start with the newcomers, man. I'm going to start with, let's see, I'm going to roll with JC, man. JC, give me your thoughts about this game against the New York Knicks.
I ain't even going to lie to you. I really didn't watch the game, but from what I see with the box score, I see Trae Young still been kind of having his early season struggles, which I really don't know. Like I said, I'm not really watching, but sometimes shots just don't fall. I think he likes the new system with the new coach, but maybe it's just taking him some time to get adjusted to playing right now. I hate the fact they lost to the Knicks because that has become like a little rivalry. But I don't know. Maybe they need to try moving Trae off the ball a little bit to ease his workload, because maybe we got DeJounte, and I know he's pretty good with the ball in his hands too. I feel like the whole reason he was brought in to make Trae Young's job easier. So maybe we should try to use Trae off the ball more and help him get some easier shots. But other than that, I saw Bogey had it going on last night. He almost had 30 last night.
Yeah, he had 28.
28. Yep.
Yeah, I saw he had it going on last night. I don't know. I like the Hawks team. They just gotta kind of find some consistency, pretty much.
Indeed. Kyle, what you thinking, man?
Man, yeah, I agree with you, man. What JC just said. Want to go a different direction. I like up and coming player Jalen Johnson. You know, he's been showing me a lot last couple games and stuff. You know, I'm not sure how long he been there. I didn't have a clue who he was last year, if he was there.
No, he was there.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, this year he been opening my eyes with physicality, shot making, just all up defense, blocking shots. I feel like he coming into himself, you know. So yeah, I think it'll be a positive direction for him going forward.
Right.
Yeah, man. See, but
definitely agree with that. I watched a little bit of the game, but not much. But what I did see, and you talked about it last night, it's crazy. The Hawks still need help in that front court, man. It's just not going to change. I love what Okongwu brings, but Okongwu is probably about 3 to 4 inches too short. for a big man. So for him to play center, if he plays against a small ball team, he'll be fine. Right. But what he brings outside of that, he has a jumper. He developed a jumper. He's pretty decent with the rebounding, but I just don't think he fits well with Capella. I mean, they're just two in the same. I think you need a true rim protector, and I just don't see that in Capella. So until they get that front court straight, they're gonna struggle. Now, scoring from the wing, they've gotten better. Trae Young is still doing his thing, but one thing about Trae that I've noticed the last couple of games, he's passing the ball a little bit more.
He's passing the ball more.
Gets the team in rhythm, and I think if they keep that up, man, and they go out and find a veteran such as a Andre Drummond or DeMarcus Cousins, I think it would benefit them a whole lot.
17 assists in that Knicks game.
Yep, that's what I was just about to touch on. I'm like, yeah, the man had 17 assists, 15 points. I mean, he was 4 of 12. So, but the thing about it, I like the fact that he realized he didn't have it going like that. Still got to the foul line a little bit. Trae going to do that. He was 7 for 9, but he was 4 of 12. But he started to pass the ball, get his teammates involved, and that's why you have guys like Bogey going 8 for 15. So yeah, he was 4 of 11 from 3, but he was productive. He was plus 11 if you care about the plus and the minuses. And like I said, 28 points, man. Going back to JC, I think you have a valid point about the new system in Trae, because I was talking about that with Smitty. I feel like he's just been pick and roll, and now it's like a new system, new coach. And I definitely know that he likes the new system and likes the new coach. He's doing things on the defensive end. He's getting more steals. He's getting in the passing lanes, because he's never going to be a lockdown defender. We know that. But if you can just do little pesky things and be pesky, that's what I feel like he's turning into. I feel like he's turning into a pesky defender, and more so than just like an on-ball or off-ball defender, whatever. But the new system, it's taking a little time, and I feel like DeJounte is benefiting off of this new system like early on right now. It's obvious. But Trae, he's coming along. He still can show you that he is, ice Trae the game, because you've seen what he did in Mexico City. So 1 points. So, I mean, he's still there. He's coming along. It's just like a new system and everything. And then as far as Jalen Johnson going to Kai, Jalen Johnson, man, he was drafted, I believe, in the 2021 NBA draft, drafted 20th overall.
First round.
Yep, first round pick. He went down to the Skyhawks first to get a little bit of development, and really that was like the best thing for him. I was one of the people that wanted to see him just because he's a first round talent, and I wanted to see what he had. But the best thing happened for him, because he ended up averaging 20 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists on 44% from the field and 37% from 3, and that was all at the College Park Skyhawks. So he needed that, and then last year he's seen minimum action. I'm talking about bare minimum. But now all his averages are up. Everything is up across the board, and he's making a case for actually a most improved player, because he has 14. He's averaging 14.9 points right now, 8.9 rebounds, 2.6 assists, shooting over 50%, really 59% from the field. And he was 7 for 9 last night. So it's just, but the man is efficient. That's what we need.
Let's be real, bro. Let's be real. If not for that knee injury, he's a top 10 pick. That's why he dropped in the draft. So we seeing the talent that he had at Duke. So I mean, it's just showing. I think the Hawks got a steal, and I said it when they drafted him. I said they got them a steal right there because people passed on him, but he landed in the perfect spot because man, he helps in the 3 and the 4. So
he can play the 3 and the 4.
It was a great pick. Well, he can actually play the 2 too, but he's
against certain lineups he can. Yeah, against certain lineups I believe he can. But right in that 3 and 4 range, he definitely there, because I feel like he's a mismatch. I mean, I'm like, you guys, if you guys disagree, you let me know. But he's really a mismatch, because he also can. He has ball handling ability too. So man, that Jalen Johnson for the Atlanta Hawks, he's definitely a steal right now, and I'm loving what his game is bringing. Hold on, if I'm not mistaken, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and he's a top defender as well. Jalen Johnson is one of the top ISO defenders in the league right now, with only like 38 between 38 and 40% succession rate against him. So man, this guy, he's like you said, Smitty, he was a steal. Definitely a steal, man.
I ain't sure if y'all caught a live game with him yet, but he's tall, man. He a big guy, man. For real.
Yeah, I have.
He's on the court.
He's 6'9", I think.
6'8". Yeah, Jalen Johnson is 6'8". Yeah, he's 6'8", but he's just versatile, and this man has got raw athletic ability, man. Raw athletic ability, and honestly, I really believe, man, he can make a case for most improved because he's continuously growing. Growing. So, man, yeah, he's definitely doing that. But, man, I want to know about, so we was talking about Okongwu, too. I don't want to forget about Okongwu, and I love Onyeka Okongwu, man. Like, he got a motor on him that just won't quit, and, like, he's aggressive, but he's just undersized. I understand people want Clint Capella to come off the bench because it probably would be better suited for him. But I don't want, but can you imagine, guys? And I want to get you guys' opinions on this too. Can you imagine Onyeka Okongwu going 40 minutes with Jokic? Could you imagine Onyeka Okongwu 40 minutes?
Too small.
40 minutes,
Jokic will have 50 points, man, easily.
And that's what I'm saying. Like against guys like that, skilled big man. I don't even want to see him 40 minutes against a motivated AD. I don't even want to see that. So it's just, I understand he's definitely better across the board than Capella. Okongwu is better across the board than Capella, but it's just at the end of the day, guys, he's just not going to be able to measure up, if anything, for lack of a better word, measure up to NBA centers. 40 minutes against Jokic, 40 minutes against Zubats.
He don't want that smoke.
That's what I'm saying, fellas. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, if I'm
and that's
talking,
why if I'm the Hawks, I'm looking at a guy like Vucevic, who's in Chicago, right? And Vucevic, who's in Chicago, a guy that can score and rebound. You're gonna have to go out and get a 7-footer. It's just no way around it.
Yeah, Clint, his game kind of outdated, huh? Like offensively and like, well, he don't really have an offensive game. Clint, I know you're talking about Okongwu, but
do you remember when he was in Houston?
Yep,
he was a 6 man. So I think that fits him best, and he needs to be on a fast-paced offense that runs the floor pretty well. Now the Hawks run the floor well, but I think they're trying to get out of that. I think they're trying to get a little bit more isolation, and I think they're trying to get Trey and DeJounte. Just try to get them to lead a little better. So if they play better defense, they will run the floor, and that fits Capella. But if they not, consistently doing that, he's just a body.
Right. Man, speaking of people who are thinking they're just a body, let's talk about our best wing defender, Mr. DeAndre Hunter, who he's catching a little smoke lately, man. He's catching a little smoke, about still being inconsistent as far as on the offensive end. I know he's been drawing a lot of fouls, but to Dre's credit, man, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of these calls been some BS calls against DeAndre Hunter, and they've been getting them in foul trouble. And honestly, you've been seeing the teams attack him because they know, regardless, he is our best wing defender. So if you get the best wing defender in foul trouble, now we got an easier time against the Atlanta Hawks, man. I just feel like I feel like DeAndre, he's catching some smoke, but he does have to be more consistent on the offensive end because we know he has 30-point game ability. He's already had 28 or 30 points already this year in the game. So he has the ability there. I'm not even talking about a couple of years ago. The ability is there this year, but he just is not consistent, man. What you guys think about DeAndre Hunter?
JC, you can run with that one.
Like you say, the inconsistent word, but at the same time, I think with him, people have to change their expectations a little bit because, like you said, defensive side of the ball, he's good. Like, we ain't worried about that. We know he's the best wing defender, so he always gonna have a role on the team. But like you say, offensive wise, since he's given us that 30-point he's throwing the sprinkles in of showing offensive production. Now it's like it's expected to be a two-way player or whatnot. But then with his draft status too, because we took him high first round too. So
Yeah, number 4.
Yeah, so anytime your draft status is always gonna follow you. People always gonna look at you like first round, number 4 pick that you expected to be that type of player. But honestly, he's just not gonna be that player on this team. Like this is Trae Young, and then it goes down to DeJounte. But as far as him being a third option, I mean, he can develop himself if he's not already a decent third option to me. But I don't know. It's just always those certain players that catch flack on teams. But like you say, if he's your best wing defender, how much of him on offense can you really ask? Because you already taxing him on defense. Like he got to defend the best wing player. That's Paul George, Kawhi, LeBron. Like he's defending those type of guys. So what more do you really want him to do on offense?
Right. I definitely understand that. See, now I know it's crazy. I'm glad that you mentioned it just like that because I had a conversation with a guy and he was saying, and I was having a similar conversation with him, like, hey man, what you expect him to do? I mean, he's playing defense. You got other offensive weapons that can kind of like, make up for the points that he may be lacking. And his argument was, well, you got guys like Anthony Edwards who is a two-way player. You already got DeJounte Murray, who's a two-way player, offense and defense. Why can't he do the same? And honestly, it may not be enough basketball for him to go around, and it may be getting worse because I feel like Jalen Johnson is becoming more of a third option than DeAndre Hunter right now, especially statistically and systematically right now, how everything is just going. It seems like it's going to be Trae Young first, of course, DeJounte Murray, Jalen Johnson, and everybody else just down after that.
That's a good thing because that means they can get off that contract.
Hey man, I've been already seeing it. Trade to DeAndre Hunter, man. But my thing is, you've already kind of been trying that. You haven't seen what you like. So if you do trade DeAndre Hunter, what are you trading him for? Because regardless, it got to be defense. Regardless,
yeah.
I'll say to your point though, like with the Anthony Edwards comparison, like that's two different animals.
Two different animals, right? And two different positions,
right? Because Edwards not necessarily covering the best wing. Like, yeah, he guarded Tatum the other night, but that was kind of like a more personal matchup or whatnot.
That was best.
He's not really, and then he got Rudy Gobert behind him too, and then Carter
and Cat.
Yeah, so. And then it's like you said, how many sets do you think Snyder is really calling for DeAndre Hunter on a night-to-night basis? So you want him to be a catch-and-shoot shooter out, like he's going to have to work on his three-point shot because we know his mid-range is pretty much his bread and butter.
That's where he makes his money.
So it's like he probably got to score in ways that it's not comfortable for him because there's not really many plays being called for him. And then, like you say, Jalen Johnson's he's getting plays called for him maybe, or he's more of an energy guy. I don't know, but I think it does end up with being DeAndre Hunter getting traded, though. That's what I think.
See, but the thing about Jalen Johnson, the reason why he's also becoming more of a threat for the Hawks offensively is just what he's doing. Like, he's efficient, and when he gets the ball, he knocks down shots. Like, he's knocking the ball down, and he's a point forward. He can bring the ball down. Like, sometime I would love to see a development to where DeJounte and Trae can both play off the ball, and next thing you know, you see Jalen Johnson bringing the ball up the floor.
Kind of like a Joe Johnson type role.
Yeah, I want to see what the defense, how they would react with that, because that would be so, man. And then if they really can just buy in and play into that, having Trae and DeJounte possibly running off screens, especially the way that DeJounte Murray has been playing, because he's been pretty much lights out. And we're going to touch on him.
He looked like a totally different person, man, this year.
That's why I was saying I feel like he is benefiting from this system. I mean, right now he's he set a record being the third Hawk in franchise history to finish a game with 30, 10, 5, and 3. And joining Trae Young, and I bet you guys can't guess who the other guy was.
Probably Mookie Blaylock.
Third in Hawks history?
Yeah, you say Mookie.
30, 10, 5, and 3.
Yep, 30, 10, 5, and 3.
What's the 3?
DeJounte and Trae are two.
Still.
I'm not even going to attempt to guess.
Believe it or not, it was Brevin Knight. Brevin Knight.
I don't even know
that. Exactly. Yeah, that was going to be tough.
Vince Carter.
Yeah, that was gonna be tough for anybody to get. But yeah, DeJounte Murray, he's been playing out of his mind, and I believe the coaching and the plays that are being ran are just really just free flowing for DeJounte. He seems real comfortable out there this year, and so his offensive and defense is really showing.
Yep. Hey, to go back to what you said about what you think Hunter would get traded for, I mean, do you think they would try to revisit the Siakam trade again? Because I've seen that floating around a bunch in the offseason. So
the only problem with that is, who are you giving up for Siakam at this point? Because Jalen Johnson is completely off limits. Yeah. And so is Onyeka Okongwu. So what does that leave?
The only thing you got is probably DeAndre AJ Griffin. Yeah.
See, and I really don't want to let AJ go like that. I feel like, off the bench, AJ Griffin is when he's right, he's right. I know he kind of hit like a rookie wall, and he still kind of feel like he's having like a sophomore slump. But I know he's dealing like with a little ankle injury or something like that. He had tweaked something. Right. So, he's, I believe overall AJ can be a good utility player, utility guard / small forward off the bench. Yes. So I really don't want to get rid of him. So it's like, what do we have left? You're not getting rid of Bogey either. Not the way he's shooting right now. I believe he's like 37% from the field on catch and shoot. You ain't getting rid of that either. So it makes
one of those guys out of the ones you call is one of them you're gonna have to give away.
Yeah, if you're talking about trying to get Siakam,
I would probably think Bogey because AJ is still young, so I'm gonna keep that youth on the team.
Indeed.
How old Bogey?
Bogey
about 28, 29, something like
28, 29. If I'm not mistaken.
He dropped like a 30 ball the other night and airballed the game time shot.
Yeah, against the Knicks. Yeah, man, I know it. And at first, I thought it was a foul, but Josh Hart, he didn't touch him. He didn't touch him, man. I really, guys. Go ahead.
I was gonna say he had time to get a better shot than that.
Yeah, I indeed believe so as well. Could have got a couple dribbles more or something like that, better angle, because I didn't even like when he caught the ball. Now, Bogey has made shots like that, but let's just be honest. When he caught the ball, it wasn't even in a comfortable position, and you got to kind of like swing your body.
Exactly.
And then be able to aim and shoot correctly.
He caught it like back here.
Right, and it was like you got to be able to give yourself ability. Then you still got to see what the defense going to do too. Because, you could have turned him and doing that. Josh Hart could have been right in your face. So that's like another thing, too. Where's the defender? It was so many things that just goes into it, shooting the ball like that. And and you honestly catching the ball and throwing it up like that, you actually kind of got to give it an extra more oomph because you taking something away when you fade. You fading. So you losing. You losing depth from the shot.
You think he could have thought he was going to get bumped and try to get a foul?
See, and that's what I hate too. Stop playing for the foul. Get a bucket. Right. That's what the NBA does a lot, though. You know what I'm saying? Just go get a bucket. All that. Let's play for the foul. If you foul me, you foul me. But I'm gonna go into my shot regular and normal so I can, knock it down. But situational basketball, it's different when you're in the heat of the moment. I understand. But that's just my opinion, man. I feel like you could have got a better shot and gave yourself a better opportunity. And then I hate to give it to him, but Jalen Brunson, he was doing this thing. He definitely was doing this thing, man. But shoot, in the first half, it was Julius Randle who was wearing us out. So, but those two guys right there alone, really, with a little bit of Grimes. Grimes had 11. Then you had Quickly with 20, and Quickly he turned into a player who can really start or come off your bench and give you buckets. And I know when he first came into the league, he was really shaky, especially in that HAWKS series in 2021. So he elevated his game. And we got to just continue to do our same, fellas, because what I don't want to turn into is what the Hawks were last year, that seesaw team.
Up and down. Yep, up and down.
Win one, lose one. That's what I'm afraid of turning into. And right now we're 6-5. And the past couple of games, we're winning, then we'll lose, then we'll win, and now we just lost. So we're going to see what happens, man, because we got Philadelphia 76ers, I believe, 8-3. just coming off a loss against Boston coming in. We got to be ready, man. They coming in here to try to beat us at home. And
that's why I see it. They need a big man. You face guys like Embiid, even if you just throw him off a little bit because you can't stop him. Just throw him off a little bit, and I think they will have a chance to win. And I'm gonna tell y'all, man, y'all might laugh, but I think it's something like a JaVale McGee who knows his role. I think he would fit with the Hawks well because he's another one of those guys that can run the floor well for a guy his size. Yeah, he's getting older, but the Hawks need that size in the middle, man. I'm just because of Kongwu, no.
Right, man. Okay, got a question from the chat, man. I ain't forgot about y'all. I got the question from the chat, man. Hold on, no, that's not it. What's up, show enough? But but that wasn't it, man. Oh, one time, gotta say what's up for the bro with the get show. Shout out to man Berto, 95 North Talk Show, man, our brother of this triple threat between me, Smitty, and himself. So shout out to my brother, man. Want to give a quick shout out to them. And I'm gonna get back to a few comments because I don't want to lose it here. All right. RJATL for life says, do you guys see Patty Mills seeing the floor anytime soon?
Okay, didn't I just say something? I just literally said something about Patty Mills the other day. I was like, oh, I forgot we signed him. Like, he don't play. He was like, nah, he was on the bench.
Yeah.
I don't know why we brought Patty Mills. I guess like that locker room guy.
Yeah, it's the locker room presence, the championship experience, and he can keep the guys, under control on the bench during the game. So
I guess he doesn't really fit a need. From what I see, they need like what roles he fit. They already got an undersized guard and Trae Young, so we don't need another one. I mean, shooting off the bench, Bogey's already providing that. So,
and when Bunk can come back, I think he'll get playing time. So
Buff can definitely get some playing time.
And maybe I think Patty Mills can probably be part of a trade as well. So to get rid of another contract. So that's the only thing that I see that he could do for us.
That is definitely an option too, fellas. Patty Mills, when we signed him, the only thing I could think about was I was like, okay, the third or fourth point guard or guard on the depth chart, man. I just, like your guys said, man, got to be a locker room thing. Definitely because he's a good guy. He can still shoot, but it's just like, when are you going to find some time for Patty Mills outside of someone having an injury, like realistically? Right. So it just, man, I just feel like Patty is kind of like for depth right now. He's definitely there for depth.
Man, he just there to be put in a package sometime soon, right?
Right.
Addition by subtraction.
Basically. Right. Yep. Addition by subtraction. That's exactly what's going on. Exactly what is going on.
Go ahead and put Patty in it.
Pack them up.
Yeah, man. Said Trae and DJ should pass and facilitate more, set up the teammates and move the ball. And I believe that's what's been going on. I mean,
I think they're getting better at that.
I think
they moving the ball. They definitely moving the ball better this year. I feel like they passed the ball a whole lot more, especially from the guard position. Trae and DeJounte, especially Trae, more than anyone, is definitely more of a willing passer. And how many times you just see Trae Young just pass up shots that he actually likes, whether he's making it or missing them, for a better play and better pass. I feel like Quinn is allowing Trae to mature more as a point guard and, just settle the game down, be more of a manager than just coming down, just flinging threes. I know that there's a lot of people gripe that he does sometimes. And I feel like he's been more mature this year.
Yeah, I think he done slow it down on three just a little bit.
Indeed. Miss Carey, shout out to you. What it do, Falcons fam. Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, we doing good, man. In here talking a little Hawks. We off to switch gears a little bit in a second here. We're gonna go talk about some Falcons stuff because it is some stuff.
Hey man, hold on. Both of them eating and I'm hungry. That ain't working.
Man, that ain't right. I ain't even been looking at them two down there. That's why they at the bottom.
I can't help because they inside.
That's why both of them at the bottom.
My bad, Mama just
I've been talking to you, Smitty, the whole time.
I got a little salad going on. Nothing crazy.
I'm like, what y'all like? My goodness, I'm talking about. Dan ain't even trying to share nothing. But this is facts right here too about Julius Randle. My goodness.
But everybody travel. They don't call it no more.
Yeah,
they don't call it. No more.
Travel double.
The emphasis about calling
Everybody carry. Everybody.
I'm talking about ball be way up here. Still, still, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, I want to hear something funny.
Yeah,
I think Hot Sauce can play in today's NBA.
Man.
Hey, and flourish. Man. Somebody better tell that man go get a contract and stop playing. All right, y'all. We are here. You know what? We had to talk about it. Falcons bye week and beyond. What in the world? And Smitty, I'm gonna let you start with this one because you just dropped a hot video lately talking about, a quarterback situation that's going on in a city called Atlanta.
Hold on, before I get started, man. RJ, man, do not start that. You're gonna get that boot, I'm telling you. But yeah, he said I'm hungry. But
and then sorry, forgot your side. RJ cutting up, y'all. RJ cutting up. But yeah, man, bring us in up to date about this quarterback situation, man. Who you feel like should be pretty much the Falcons starting quarterback after the bye?
I said it earlier, man. Going forward, as I look at it, he said he won't name the starter until after the bye week. So I'm really not intrigued to see because, as I said earlier, I think it depends on who he schemes with the best. What part quarterback that gives him the best chance to coach the best. So that's who he should go with going forward, whether it's the veteran or the young guy. But I did say that Ritter, when we talk about Ritter, he has made a lot of mistakes the last 4 games that he's played in, but you can't deny it. When he's on the field, he'll use his legs and he will get in the end zone. So it's just all about scheming, man. But to be honest, Taylor Heineke, he struggled last week, and that's not all on him. But I would still stick with the veteran, man. I would.
Okay, going with the veteran. What you say? Fella, who ain't got their mouth full? Oh, I'm trying to figure. My good, who can talk? All right, there we go. We're gonna start with JC then.
I'm a say first, like, I mean, Smitty say he roll with the vet. Honestly, I don't. It's whatever we do at this point. Like, I'm just so done with this team. It's like a bad relationship. You say you're done and you just keep going. But I feel like he should have left Ritter in. Like, of course, yeah, it was cool to say bench him once he was. The turnovers is something you can't have at all. Like, turnovers is the CRB all. Like, you cannot make those mistakes. Right. Making an inaccurate throw or the wrong read, okay, cool. But the turnovers, yeah. So, but me, I feel like Coach Smith was really gonna probably take him out for these turnovers and put him back in after the bye anyway, depending on how Taylor played. Because I think Arthur Smith had made a point saying like he wanted him to like rest his mind. He thought Ritter was just doing too much mentally, and he wanted him to like take a back seat and actually watch the game. So I think he was planning on putting him back in anyway. And I mean, it can be good coaching if you think you need to give a guy a break because he's just pressing too much. But then again, like, why not just let him play through the mistakes? Because we went 0-2 with Heineke in the game anyway. So I mean, what was the difference? And then, like Smitty said, like Ritter will use his legs. I mean, we saw Heineke use his legs too, but honestly, Heineke's arm just looks weaker, like than Ritter's to me. Like Ritter's ball, like it come out with more velocity, and he put more snap on the ball, and he actually hits people. Not more so on target, but he kind of know where he want to go with the ball. So, like Smitty said, man, whoever Arthur Smith think he can scheme better with, if he can scheme at all, because I'm about done with him too. So, like, don't come out all week saying it's the Super Bowl this to the Cardinals. Like, if we at the point of our season where we got to look at a one in whatever team as the Super Bowl, we already done for it. But then the fact that you lose the game, you don't play with any sense of urgency. See, I ain't get to come on one of y'all stream for the little after, so I'm finna get it out now. So
go ahead.
You first of all, I already knew we was gonna lose to the Cardinals because, like I said, Kyler Murray coming back, it already wrote itself. Like, of course he come back against us, and watch we lose the game, and watch I thought they was gonna fire Arthur Smith, but they didn't. So yeah, just like I think you let Ritter finish it Because, I mean, if we make the playoffs, we getting bounced first round. We might win that game, but we'll get bounced the next round. So we not fighting for a Super Bowl this year. So let Ritter finish the last, 8 or whatever games. And if he develops into 7. So if he develops into something you like, maybe you give him a shot next year. But if he doesn't, then you need a quarterback. But me personally, I think we know for sure we need a quarterback. Like, you can not like Coach Smith or you can love him, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be hard for an offensive coach to run his offense without a person to drive it. Like, he can scheme up whatever he wants to, but if it's not a quarterback back there to actually go through with the offense, and then I think we are missing some stuff on offense. Like, Caleb McGarry can go to me, and then I do think we are missing like a speed element in our receiving core, because Drake London, he's that big, tall threat, like downfield jump ball guy. But honestly, like, we don't really have any burners. I mean, Scotty Miller, but he's not long term. Van Jefferson,
Demir Bird as well, but we're talking about a guy who has some size and has speed. So,
so
Drake needs his Julio.
Yeah, this offseason, I don't know, man. It's gonna be looking rough. But yeah, bye week. If it was me, I'd just go with Ritter, because I mean, Heineke had his chance. If Heineke would have came in, went 2-0 and looked way better, I would say leave him in. But you didn't do nothing to me.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, it's all on Arthur Smith, and I get with Ritter because he got to live or die by Ritter. To be honest, because he did not have a quarterback competition, so that kind of put him behind the 8 ball anyway. So I agree with that to a certain extent, but me, I just like the veteran better. Because, like I said, he doesn't hold the ball, gets the ball out quick. He anticipates throws, things that Ritter can't do. So I get it.
Yeah, man. Y'all guys both making some interesting points, man. I'm about to stir up a little trouble here, man. Going back to that Going back to that Cardinals game. Going back to that Cardinals. I'm sorry, but I think that man told Taylor Heineke to fake the injury. Don't fake the injury, man. How in the world? I'm just saying, I'm not a football player, but from what it looked like, that was a normal knee hitting the ground type of a play, and next thing you know, it's a hamstring. It just didn't look right to me. Honestly, the whole thing just didn't look right to me. And with so many games with Arthur Smith, our wonderful head coach, stash or no stash, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's playing games, because I just go back to that Bijan Robinson thing with the headache thing. Okay, that was last minute. And the next thing you know, but everybody feels like he was in the dog.
He did that with Desmond Ritter too, though. He said Desmond Ritter had a concussion.
Desmond Ritter, I was about to get to that. Desmond Ritter.
But who stands on the sideline with a hat on with an earpiece in if they got a headache?
Ready to go. And he was clear. Ritter was clear. He could have entered the game back. He could have went back into the game. And Smith, decided not to put him back in. We're going to roll with Heineke. Then next thing you know, we're going to roll with Heineke again. And we lost both games anyway. So I'm just shit. You might as well have just left the kid in and
be held accountable. It sounds like a person that don't want to be held accountable.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you didn't.
That's what I'm saying, and that's my point. It's like deflecting accountability. Like, oh shoot, man, Taylor, man, you're something wrong with your leg. We're gonna bring you over here. And man, he was standing on that same leg, that same hamstring, walking around with Ritter. Ritter sitting on the bench. This man walking back and forth, all fine. I'm just saying, man. As y'all seeing what I'm seeing out there, that's all I'm saying. He took a knee, and then all of a sudden it was the hamstring. I don't know. You can't. And I don't get me wrong. I'm not no doctor, and I know you can pull a hamstring all different kind of ways. Like I said, I'm just stirring up a little conversation, man. It just weird. And it's valid just because you never know with Arthur Smith. You just never know. It's just been so many. He's not transparent with us at all as a fan base, or the media. So it's just you just never know. You just never know.
Yeah, I hope when I get out this chair, I don't sprain my shoulder. I'm just saying.
You feel me? I don't know, man. I sure hope I don't trip over something and then so there go my whole arm. I don't know. I wanted to go back to a comment real quick by Big John. Shout out to you, man, Big John. Hey, Smooth Smitty and Chris A1, what's happening, guys? Put Ritter in because when you have disappointment, you play better. You be a better player, so he's ready now. And I mean, to that point,
great point.
Ritter did come in and came in and was producing. He did produce a touchdown. Hey, and guess what he did? He kept it away from the defense when he ran in the end zone. Ain't that something? You didn't think he had it in it, did you? Yeah, but that's a great point, though, man. I mean, even Arthur Smith did say something about he felt better about, after the reset from Ritter. He thought he looked, some good with the offense. And I felt like the offense did get a boost because it was looking real flat until Ritter did come in. The only problem is I hate it for Ritter, man. It's like the guy can't catch a break. He trips and stumbles and bumbles and fumbles all over the offensive lineman and don't get the fourth down. And I know that's what a lot of people keep talking about. It was like, well, he can't do this. He can't do that. So, I mean, that's true. He wasn't doing much of anything. Talking about Heineke. And Big John says, yeah, and this is true. Yeah, and that's what I'm about to say. Yeah, that's true. You can pull them all different kind of ways. It just, like I said, man, Arthur Smith and just the way that it happened, man.
I agree with you, A1. Like when you say, I'm not saying he faked it, but I think Arthur Smith was relieved that I'm not saying he wanted him to get hurt, but when he got hurt, he was like, okay, this is my chance to put Ritter in because deep in his mind, he like, okay, my one quarterback's not doing anything, so I tried to be the smart guy and deflect it off of me and put the other guy in, but now he's not doing anything. So let me go. He wasn't gonna just put Ritter back in the game because now you really look crazy. So
you would really look super bad. That's my point. He would look like, super bad.
I can put Ritter back in
but he looked bad by lying though. When you lie about an injury, that's bad to me.
Hey man, lie don't care who tell it. Lie don't. And
boy, as long as it get told.
Hey man, that's all I was saying, man. And it's just so much. With Arthur Smith, man, I've never seen a coach for the Atlanta Falcons that is just I don't even know what the word to even say for him. It's like it's like so many words I want to give him, and they all just cramming right in my mind right now at one time. But the man is it. But one thing I can say, he's definitely not transparent with the fan base, and like I said, I'm not saying that anyone faked anything, anybody wanted anybody to get hurt, but he's looking for scapegoats.
Say it again. Rich kid complex.
There you go. I don't want to have no accountability. I don't want to take no accountability for anything. I don't want to be the guy in the room that's wrong. I want to be the guy that's smarter than you, and I want to be able to put it out there in your face, like, yeah, I told you. That's right. The type of guy I feel like Arthur Smith, like that's the aura he projects. So I mean, it just
Well, if he got social media or anybody in his family got social media, he can see that you're not smart to the general public because everybody think you dumb how you use your tight end and your running back. So you're not smart. You're not outsmarting anybody. These coaches that you're playing, I don't want to go on about this man because I wasn't on the train of getting like wanting him to get fired because I don't believe in just firing the coach back and forth like that. But it's just wearing this course with him. Honestly, I think it's about time for him to go because he's gonna start losing the locker room if he hasn't already. Because when they interview these guys, the way they answer questions, you can tell they don't.
I'm glad
you must have heard the reports.
I'm glad you brought that up because they already said that the only way Arthur Blank makes a change if the team unravels or they tune him out. They've done both of those already, so
they already did it.
That lets me know. That lets me know he gone already. So he gonna coach the rest of the season. And he gonna be gone. He threw in that last part. Yeah, he gone.
Yeah, man.
So they tuned him out 2-3 games ago.
Yeah, and you can see it, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You can't just keep going back and forth with a team, man, and you switching this guy, you switching this leader, you switching up all these different things. You're not holding accountability. It just come on, man. This is grown men. We ain't kids, so it's just like how long you expect us to keep riding with you when we're riding with you, but in the fans, how long you expect us to keep on spending our bread and spending our time and our loyalty on something that is not improving. 4-6 in the last 3 years. That is not improvement at all. And we got a better lineup, better squad, had the money. Right. I gave Arthur Smith his first 2 years just because we was in cap hell.
That's what I'm
saying. We ain't in cap hell no more, and we still in the same predicament in week 11, y'all.
4-6, 3 straight seasons.
I don't even hold the last 2 years against him because, like you said, the situation. Like I actually thought him going 7-10 the last 2 years was indicative of how good of a coach he was. But now this year, I'm kind of seeing like. Honestly, at the end of the day, like as a wide receiver and a tight end that we have, they can say in the interview to be a good teammate. Oh, I'll block. I don't mind. I'll block. Bro, they want to catch the ball. Like they're lying to you. In the back of their head when they go home, they tell them, I hate my coach. He don't give me the ball. He don't draw up no plays. Because you can't really say Ritter because Ritter was building he gets the ball to Drake London. He
got the ball to Drake London when he got in.
It might be 7 feet in the air, or it might be a low pass, but he looks for Drake, and he was building something with Kyle. But like I feel like taking him out those 2 games, it was just a lost cause because now you didn't stop his development. And like you said, the locker room, because from what I hear, the locker room seems to be behind Ritter, so they couldn't have liked him being benched. When in reality, like you say, take accountability. Like was the plays you calling necessarily going to put him in a position to succeed, or I don't know. But like you said, locker room, it's just time for him to go. I mean, I can respect Arthur Blank not firing him at the bye week. Like, let him finish the season, right. Like, give him that respect. But at the end of the season, I want him gone.
Right, man. And then it's like a cycle when you look at it with the whole situation with the offense. It's like almost like those schemes where you see, all right, you got one thing going here, this one going here, this one going here. I can't think of what it is right now, but the proper name for it. But yeah, you got like this thing. Okay, Ritter. It's like Ritter. Okay, the offensive line will be bad. Ritter will stare down receivers. Play calling and situational calling is BS. And it's like you just going
round in a circle.
It ain't nothing but being like a whole cycle, fellas. Nothing but a whole cycle. And it's just like you throw in that our coach is not a developer of a quarterback either. You throw that in, and you got.
I've been saying that for 2 years.
You got a rookie / it's a second year guy who needs development, and we don't have the right coach to be able to develop him. So he kind of just going out there and using whatever skill he possibly can. And then you got an O-line, you got a right tackle who maybe should be a guard. You got a left tackle who's long in the tooth. You got a left guard who's a rookie. You got a right guard who you paid, who is picking up the slack for the right tackle and losing his spot. And then you got Drew Dahlman. Yeah, that's all I got to say about him.
Hey, so I'm going to be real. I think what they should think about doing is flip-flopping. And what I mean by that, and Todd McClure told us on the previous show, right. Switch McGarry over the guard, switch Bergeron out to the right side, or switch Jake Matthews to the right side and Bergeron to the left side. But you got to move that line around because it's not working the way it is. Drew Dahlman, to me, he's not that guy that can lead an offensive line. A great center like Alex Mack, like who we had before him, this guy could call audibles at the line. He can call all protections. He can identify the Mike linebacker. I don't see Drew Dahlman doing none of that. So this draft, you probably got looking at draft, probably draft the best center in this draft because I don't think Dahlman is going to work. All right, Miss Angela, have a great day.
Hey, man, you see Miss Angela going, and you see Miss Angela, she put her 2 cents in, and hey, she's right. You put that lipstick on that pig, it's still a pig, man. It's still going oink. So, come on, Ray. What's going on, man? But it's Bijan's fault. Man, I never really did get you guys' opinions about Bijan Robinson and like what he's brought to the Falcons so far this year. Talking about half of fourth quarters of Sportscast. And I want to know you guys' thoughts about Bijan Robinson, his production so far, and what he possibly could bring if he's fully unleashed.
I'll go first because I ain't gonna get too deep in it. But yeah, man, it's just he check marked all the boxes for me across the board. Like I've been liking it ever since he got here. If it's something that's more in depth or something that could improve or he could do better, then I'll let my boy JC run with that one. But I like it though.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree. I like him. Check the boxes. I kind of get what Arthur Smith was saying about putting them on ice. Like that we know the running back position is unforgiving in the league, and if you run him to the ground his rookie season, it will come back on him. But Arthur Smith, you won't be here to see him pass this year. But anyway, I mean, I feel like we need to keep using them how we use them. I don't want to give them that every carry type vibe because, like I say, it will run them into the ground. We got another back in Algier who can be like helpful, but it's kind of hard with the running back position because they get better as the game go on. So if you're not giving Tyler those carries, then he's not building up. I feel like Tyler get better the more contact he get during the game to me. And I think Bijan, I mean, you can use him all type of ways. I see no reason why we can't use him how the 49ers use McCaffrey, though. That's the vision I have for him. But I just think it's gonna have to be a passing game. The better our passing game get in the future, the better he's gonna look. Because right now teams are just loading up to stop the run for real. So,
but the best way to do that, man, is get that run game going. Because if you get the run game going, you set the tip on offense. You're controlling the clock, and you wearing down the defense. By the fourth quarter, see the dog even said it. By the fourth quarter, you don't wear the defense down. So, I mean, you got to run the ball and beat it to be
Smitty,
able to
you spitting, Spitty. He said you
Hey.
like, man.
He like, yeah, I agree with that.
Hey, see, I even got the dog agreeing with me.
I agree with you, Smitty, but it's just like at the same time, it doesn't have to be a compliment because like it's kind of bad when the other teams get interviewed and they say, we know if we stop their run, they can't do nothing. So I think even if we're not like a Chiefs type passing attack, we at least got to be some type of like right now. It's not even complimentary to the running game. I do think we can still be a run first team. Like it's no problem with that being our identity, but have we really? We haven't even been doing that the last couple of weeks, to be honest. And then it's like
it's other ways you can do it too, man. I mean, if the run game not working, get the players in space, throw screens, throw quick passes.
Screens, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's ways to do it, but until you fix what's in front of you the first 5 to 10 yards, if you can fix that, then you can go beyond that, if that makes sense. So if you get those first 10 yards regulated, then you start throwing it deep. So
yeah, you definitely gotta use them, man, because I mean I understand what you guys saying about preserving them, but just like me and Smitty said, I mean Smitty even said this in lives a few times, the shelf life for a running back is not long. You need to get as much as you can out of Bijan Robinson while you can, because all it takes is one bump, one stump. He may never. We don't know what you're going to get from him. I'm not wishing anything on anyone. We're just talking about how dangerous this game is.
Yeah,
you got to use this guy. He's a rookie, and honestly, I believe the only reason why he got 22 carries against the Cardinals was because
the media caught up to him.
Here.
Yeah, it was all on social media about the usage of Bijan. So now the report comes out. Oh, his usage are going to go up. Now you see it in the game. He gets more touches. Like, man, if social media is bullying you, then Kyle Pitts should have been going off. That's the case,
bro. And then the thing about it is, it's more evidence of the lack of leadership that we have at our head coaching position. Like, that's what I look at it as. I'm like, because my goodness, how in the world all of a sudden, then you just almost completely forget about Tyler Algier. It's like no one had over 9 rushes outside of Bijan Robinson. So it's just like you go ahead and you just keep on running Bijan. And then plus also it's a minor note, but Bijan is from like the Arizona area and whatnot, played high school ball there. And I understand that too. But it just feels like a lack of leadership from our head coach, because now you just really are dictating to what's being said. It's like, I don't know. Are you going to be a leader? Are you going to try to be liked? You're going to be a puppet? Well, what you going to be? You going to be FedExing? You billionaire? What you doing?
Yeah, and to be honest, I agree with that. But to be honest, this is why you need a veteran quarterback, somebody to challenge him. If they can get a quarterback to come in and challenge him that he running the wrong plays and he's scheming wrong, he gonna keep making the same mistakes. Because let's be real, he's just his third year in coaching. He hasn't been a head coach for long. He's been an offensive coordinator most of his career, so that's the only thing he used to taking accountability for. If you got that veteran quarterback to bring this team to being whole, and this is why I said I can see Ryan Tannehill here if he gets released. Because Desmond and Taylor, they haven't, put up a fight. I think Ryan Tannehill come in off the street and win the job.
Man, that'll be crazy. And by the way, he did request his release from the Tennessee Titans today. Don't tell Arthur Smith. Make him take a digital detox for the rest of the week. No social media, no nothing. Just nothing but play calling or whatever you're going to do. My God. I will go ahead and say, guys, I do not want Ryan Tannehill here. If you want Ryan Tannehill, I don't have no fault against you. Still salute to you. Still got nothing but love for you. Rise up, all that good stuff. Ain't no way I'm going to be happy with Ryan Tannehill down here. I'd rather stay with Desmond Ridder and go through the pains. I'm sorry.
It happens.
This called me crazy. And then another guy that we was talking about, we might as well bring it up, Smitty. The conversation of a possible Daniel Jones, another guy I don't want down here. That ain't nothing but younger Tannehill.
Right.
Ain't nothing but younger Tannehill. I'm good.
But the crazy part about it, just like I said, he's a cheaper option than what's out there. If you go get Kyler, he's going to be 40, 45. But Daniel Jones is in the 35 to 40 range. So that's cheaper than the average quarterback because the top paid quarterbacks, they're all from 50 all the way up to 55, I think. So it's a discount. But I think, and just like I said, just like you said, he's the same thing as Ryan Tannehill. He can get the ball off, but he can use his legs. But when it comes to consistency, he's just not that guy.
No, neither one of them. I'm good. I'm good. I promise you, I'll start wearing shirts that say Desmond Ridder is my quarterback before I do that, man. My goodness. Absolutely.
Right. So I'm gonna tell Joy to get that machine rolling because we sure gonna put that up. Yeah, we're gonna get one of them t-shirts made.
Do something. Miss Blink and Stitch, man. We need to holler at you. We need to holler at you.
What y'all and throw a question out to y'all, just perfect in y'all perfect scenario. Who would y'all envision, I guess, the quarterback? Because it's pretty much we know we need one. So with the realistic option, who would y'all want? Because I'm gonna throw mine out there first. If we got to get somebody that's not in the draft, I mean, I would like Fields, but it's not. It can't be with Coach Smith though, because we, like you said, Smitty said, we know that he can't develop a quarterback, and Fields needs development. But I think if Fields develops to where he can be versus if Ridder develops, Fields is miles ahead of him. So if we got to get like a young guy like that, if we was to have to go the veteran free agency route, I mean, I wouldn't mind Kirk Cousins for a year, even though I don't want him, but I wouldn't mind him for a year.
I don't think he leaves Minnesota, bro, to be honest. Yeah. I just don't.
I think the end probably make him come back, but I did think if he finished the season out, this probably was his last year. But draft wise, I mean, I like the kid Drake May out of North Carolina. I like him a lot. I personally think he's gonna be better than Caleb Williams. That's just my opinion, though.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm with you on that, though. I am slightly with you on that. Caleb's a gunner, though.
Yeah, Caleb's gonna be a dog, but I just think Drake May. I can see it already. I think Caleb's gonna have to come in and kind of ease into that role. I think Drake can come in with the right situation the first year and kind of do what C.J. Stroud doing a little bit. But I like Jaden Daniels out of LSU too, though. He kind of rising up. I think he's gonna be like the biggest rock.
That's a tough one for me.
I can see him kind of like being a bust, but I think like he's gonna get the biggest pre-draft hype. He's gonna be that guy that everybody thinking that they can mold into that next guy. But I say Drake May would be the perfect situation in my opinion.
Okay. JC goes Drake May. What about you, Kai? Who you thinking, man? I already know you saying Taylor Heineke, right?
Nah, man, I'm kind of just a fly on the wall right now, man. I'm just
Nah, but Smitty, man, Smitty. You remember what I was on told you though? I don't want no more rookies. I don't want no more rookies. Like,
and if it's true that Arthur coming back next year, they better not get a rookie.
They better not get a rookie. That'll be even worse. That rookie will be going through hell and high water because he's not getting developed. He better already know how to play quarterback. He better be
the only way a rookie works if they go out and get an offensive coordinator that can develop him.
That's what like I said.
That's the only way.
If we got to go better, and like we can't get a rookie, but you don't think we're gonna have to get a rookie quarterback eventually though, because I mean Fields is young and Kyler is young, but I mean if you go Tannehill, Cousins, Daniel, like I'm not even throwing Daniel Jones out there. I swear if we get that man.
But it got to be realistic though, because he's been hurt the last couple of years. When he's been highly inconsistent his whole career. You got Drake May and Caleb Williams and Michael Penix just sitting there waiting. That could probably come in and do better than him. I mean, you got to think about it.
And Penix has already been linked to the Falcons too.
Right.
I've already seen a few mock drafts that's linking him to the Falcons.
I'm talking about Giants. That's why I'm talking about Daniel Jones. Yeah, that's why he could be they could just chew that contract up and kick him out the door.
Yeah, I don't seen some reports. Falcons, Penix. I said, I don't want to do that. I mean, because honestly, if that means that the Desmond Ridder experience really fully didn't work, which means most likely him and Taylor Heineke are gone, which means here comes another rookie quarterback possibly, or we have to make some type of trade. I wouldn't mind making that trade. I know people are kind of high on Justin Fields. If Arthur Smith is still the quarterback, I don't want to bring Justin Fields here because it's going to be the same shit. I mean, it's going to be the same stuff. It really is. And that's just my personal opinion. I don't think that it's going to be getting
You said it wrong. You said it wrong. It's going to be some bullshit.
Right. No, for real, man. And that's how I feel. I just have no confidence in Arthur Smith developing any quarterback that's not already polished. And that's why, unfortunately, Smitty's point makes more sense about the Tannehills and stuff like that. But we don't need that either, because it's not going to move the needle. We're not going to progress that way. Nothing will come after that. It'll be just another manager, another gap until we get our franchise quarterback. And
you saw the other day that Kyler Murray, he in the Atlanta uniform with the weapons that we have. If you solidify that offensive line, he's good to go.
Good to go.
I just don't like his contract. That's the only thing keeping me away from him.
No, I don't like his contract either.
As a player,
hey, like I said earlier, though, his contract is not as high as those other guys.
No, it's not. When you look at the numbers and break it down, it's really not. I think what JC is saying, as far as just the player himself, he still feel like he's overpaid.
Right.
I mean,
right.
Not even that aspect. Like, I had to account what Smitty just said. When he got paid whatever years ago, it was the highest then, but now it's not the highest now. His contract does look different. I just feel like the way we was trying to build a team with cheap quarterbacks, I like that mode better, because you can have more assets to go get people. But I mean,
exactly.
Right.
We
really need like a pass rush,
right?
Stuff like that.
But I love to take them. I just want to be out this situation. That's why I'm not opposed to drafting a quarterback, because I know if we draft a guy in the first round, it's not guaranteed it'll work. It's not guaranteed it'll work, but it's a little bit more solidified that you're willing to give him a chance. Like Ridder doesn't have that long leash, because if Smith get the boot and a new coach come in here, they're not going to be tied to Ridder, because that was Smith.
Now that's the thing. That's the thing. If they get a new head coach this offseason and he's an offensive-minded guy, or if one of those defensive guys get promoted and they bring in the offensive coordinator, and the Falcons finish around 8 or 9 in the top 10 in the draft, I see them moving up the board to go get one of those top guys. They're just going to throw it all on the line.
I definitely agree. Like we finish around top 10, you got to trade up. You got to, because when else are you gonna come close? Because you didn't came close the last how many years, and we never took anybody, and we've gotten flack for not taking Justin Fields or whoever else was in the draft that year. Now I don't disagree with
Parsons.
Yeah, so I think you got to go get your
Don't
guy.
call that name.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh, boy, that still pissed me off. I'm gonna just be real.
Yeah. So I say new coach first, then you go get your guy. But if you roll with Smith next year, you got to get a veteran. You got to.
Yeah.
And I know giving up first round picks is a lot of people hate doing that. But at some point, man, you just got to say the hell with it. We finna give y'all these 2 first round picks, his second and his fourth, and we finna go up the board to get that quarterback. Just like you did Julio Jones. You went way up the board to go get him.
That's one thing Dimitrov did.
Right. So I mean, at some point you got to do it because no team wins without a superstar quarterback. No team.
You don't.
Man, I'm gonna throw a scenario out here, man. Me and Smitty, we talked about this again. Like I told you, man, we was on the phone and did about 4 shows in one conversation, but for real. But it may be time if by the end of the season, if his numbers are going the way it is, targets going the way it is.
Don't say it. Don't go down this road. I already know you about to talk about Ocho.
Bro, we're gonna have to, man. We're gonna have to go down this road.
Oh man.
If the production is not there, is it time to go ahead and trade Kyle Pitts? Is it time to free Kyle Pitts like my guy Tidy from ATL Bird Gang be saying, man? Is it really gonna be time? And then if you do, I already got a trade for you if you do. Let's try and see if we can get Brian Burns from the Panthers and give them Kyle Pitts. Bryce Young, he needs a weapon. He needs a solidified weapon. Tight end is normally a quarterback's best friend. Hey, we need a pass rusher, a guy who can get after the quarterback. You remember what he did against us week 1, getting after our quarterback, running over McGarry.
Don't think about that. Let me tell you, don't think about that. As I look at Montez Sweat getting paid a couple of weeks ago,
I already know
Ryan Burns' number gonna be higher because we talk about a guy that got 42 sacks as opposed to a guy that got 35 and a half. So Brian Burns' number is gonna be higher, and if we make that move, that's it for the quarterback position. It's definitely gonna have to be a rookie because Ricky comes in on the pay scale. So if we go out and get that pass rusher, we definitely gonna get a rookie quarterback in the draft.
Right, because even if they did go straight up, or let's say Pitts in a later round pick, maybe not even this year, maybe next year or something like that, right? For Brian Burns, you still got to pay Burns, just like Smith is saying. And on top of that, you still will have your first round pick, but you would probably definitely have to go quarterback, especially if the Ritter experience doesn't work out. Right. So it's a lot of things that got to factor into it, even if you do free Kyle Pitts and send him elsewhere, Panthers or anywhere, just to try to.
I just want to hear what they think, because they young fans, so I want to know what y'all think, man. What y'all think about that?
I mean, it's always a business at the end of the day, so you can't never get too personally invested in these players. I mean, I think like the hardest loss I had to take was when Matt was gone. So after that, I'm like, well, anybody can go at this point. But I mean,
hard finding a franchise quarterback, ain't it?
Yeah, and it's like, honestly, I kind of lean both ways. Like me personally, I think it's not indicative on him, his play. I mean, it partially is because sometimes he shows laziness in his route running, and his effort doesn't always look there. But then again, it's like, hell, I know I'm not getting the ball, so it's hard to go 100%. Like, I know I'm not getting the ball. So, and then I do think he still is laboring a little bit coming off the injury from last year. So
yeah. Definitely he's getting stronger, though.
I think the only way I would move him personally is if it is to go up and get that Drake May. If Chicago or New York say throw first round picks and give us Pitts, I I would lean towards, I'll give him to you to get my quarterback. But for Burns, like a pass rusher, me personally, I wouldn't do it. Because, I mean, I think if you want to get a quarterback, you kind of weaken in the offense getting rid of Ocho. Because in my opinion, the right coordinator would use him right. Like I it's hard for me to look at him and like think he can't be a weapon in the right situation. Like, dude, talented as hell. He's fast, got to reach all over the place. Like, I mean, I don't know, because I don't think our offense is crawling with talent like that. I see Bijan, I see Drake, and I see Pitts. I mean, you can say Jonnu was doing what we think Pitts would do, but teams ain't scheming for Jonnu Smith. They're not really scheming for him, though. Like, a team is going to come in looking like that's Kyle Pitts. We know that. I mean, Jonnu, he going to get his looks because they're not scheming for him. So I wouldn't move him. But, I mean, it's definitely getting more of a realistic possibility the more we go on into this situation. So that's how I look at it.
And depending on what you get, you got to think about it. So,
see, like that's a pointless trade to me. You trade Kyle Pitts for what? If you didn't get Brock Bowers, you get Brock Bowers. Now Brock Bowers don't have a quarterback. So what did you really do?
Shoot, just got rid of one rookie for another, or one contract for another. Didn't have to pay him. Didn't have to put but I actually believe that even if you did get rid of Kyle Pitts, you still would have decent tight ends. And then, I wouldn't be surprised if you end up seeing Parker Hess back, somebody who was best at blocking, and we'll turn back into a run first offense for real. Because now we ain't got to worry about Kyle Pitts, Drake London. I mean, I love Drake London. He's our number one receiver, but I believe he still needs his Julio. I believe he's our Roddy White right now. I'm not saying that they're the same player, because Roddy is definitely better than Drake is. But I'm saying Roddy eventually needed his Julio, and I feel like that's what it is for Drake London. He needs his Julio, because I don't know too many guys that even wanted Drake London in the draft when we did draft him anyway. And I would say I was not one of them.
Yeah, I wanted Garrett Wilson instead.
Definitely wanted Garrett Wilson. And if you wanted to go wide receiver, it was Garrett Wilson hands down for me. Nobody else. But it is what it is. We also have it happens. It happens. And ESPN predicts right now that the Falcons will have the 13th overall pick. Right now, we're sitting at 9th, but we're predicted to have the 13th. We've been linked to Michael Penix, but I know Smitty was saying he feels like that's a offensive line right there territory.
Right. I'm looking at the tackle from Penn State. He should have came out last year, but he went back to school. He's going to probably be the first tackle off the board. So he may be that's offensive lineman territory. But if on the Falcons, that's another guy I would move up the board for. Because like I said, Jake Matthews, man, he's long in the tooth, and he's just not playing like himself. So
it'd be times Jake get beat, man, and he be looking bad too. He's like, dang, man, they just trying to take advantage of the vet. That's all it is. And McGarry, we just know he got slow feet, and you gonna beat him with speed every time, and there ain't gonna be nothing you can do about that. So,
man, I'd be scared when Caleb McGarry walked down the steps. He moved so damn slow.
Man, what? Can you imagine him doing the fire drill?
I can't even imagine him doing the electric slide, to be honest.
Well, he ain't gonna do nothing but fall over. All right, anyway, man, we
exactly.
We finna switch some gears, man. I want to jump in real quick before we get up out of here, and shout out to everybody who came out and checking out the live, man. Really do appreciate this, man, and everybody who are coming on here. But before we get up out of here, Ronald ACUñA Jr. Yeah, we slid in a little baseball on y'all head ass tonight. But Ronald ACUñA Jr. wins the MVP. And when I'm talking about Ronald ACUñA, man, we're talking about he is now the 8th Atlanta Brave to win the MVP award, joining baseball and Atlanta Brave greats like Hank Aaron, Chipper Jones, Freddie Freeman, and Dale Murphy, who did it
twice,
man,
in a row. Man.
Yeah, in a row. So
and don't forget about Terry Pendleton. That was one of the most underrated MVPs of all time.
And this is coming off of tearing his ACL, back in 2021, that ended his season. But guess what he did? He don't set the Braves modern era record, I believe, for stolen bases. He had 73 of them guys. First player in MLB history, 40 home runs, 70 stolen bases in one season, and he also won his third Silver Slugger. Like, this guy just can do it all. This guy can just do it all, man. Best baseball player that doesn't pitch in the league. Definitely.
It was unanimous too, wasn't it? Or did I read
It
that?
was unanimous. Very much unanimous, man. Unanimous fashion. I got some more stats for you as far as Acuna too. Fifth player in MLB history to have 140 plus runs, 215 plus hits, 40 plus home runs, and 100 plus RBIs in the season. This is the list that he joins.
Ooh,
Rogers Hornsby, Lou Gehrig, Chuck Klein, Joe DiMaggio. Say hello now to Ronald Acuna Jr., who joins that list.
Yes, sir.
And all those guys from the olden times. So it's just been that long since that happened. And I'm gonna just tell y'all, man, and I hate to say it, they're gonna have to get him $40-50 million a year, and it ain't even no discussion. They got to do it.
You got to, and that's why that was another thing that when we was talking about the Shohei Ohtani thing. And before, I'm gonna get y'all guys' thoughts about that real quick too. But yeah, what I was saying about Shohei, I didn't want Shohei only because if you bring in Shohei, what kind of example does that set for the rest of the Braves? Our chemistry, our team, our locker room. If you bring in a guy for 3-4 years and paying him $50 million when you got Ronald Acuna Jr., Ozzie Albies, Austin Riley, all these guys who are on the team, they signed their contract. I understand. Yeah, they made the bed, lay in it. I understand that. But that would just be so disrespectful to me to bring in a guy and pay him 50 when I ain't even paying Ronald 20.
He getting 10.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying he ain't even getting 15. Ronald Acuna Jr. definitely needs an upgrade in his check. And my thing is, that's who you pay. You don't go bring in Shohei Ohtani and disrespect your whole locker room like that. I mean, I understand generational player, and it's not even a guarantee that he will shoot us into the World Series or anything, because we already know. Ask the New York Mets, ask the San Diego Padres. You can stack the deck all you want to, but if the talent doesn't produce, you ain't got nothing. You just got nothing except over.
The reason why I want him is I like the pitching aspect. I don't care about the hitting. I know we need another player in that rotation. That is the only reason why I would want him. But at 40-50 million, I don't see it.
Yeah, man, it just would be disrespectful. What you guys think about Shohei Ohtani? If just bringing him to the Braves, period.
I ain't gonna lie, I agree wholeheartedly with that first point about the locker room and like just how to rub guys the wrong way. Like I've been here, that type of things. I agree with everything you said. Like I didn't disagree with a single thing.
Right, man. It just feel like disrespect, man, to me. What about you, JC?
Well, just hopping back on Ronald, like, congratulations to him. I'm glad he won the award. Pretty much knew he had the award wrapped up for a minute. The media tried to sneak Mookie Betts competition in there, but Ronald had it the whole way. They just LA
and Freddie Freeman.
Right.
Trying to slip both of them in.
Overwhelmed the whole world. They couldn't see that it was unanimous, but I'm glad that they made it that way because he deserved it. It's kind of bittersweet the fact that he did win it because I still think the Braves should have been raising the championship banner after this season, but it is what it is. End of the day, they just ran out of steam at the end of the season. But I'm not opposed to Shohei because, like I said, I mean, he's like the biggest star in baseball right now, and you bringing him in, that's revenue to your team, and then with his nationality, that's more exposure.
Definitely bring in the Asian crowd.
If a dude like that got interest in your team, you're not gonna say no. But the locker room aspect is real. I don't know if the GM would ask the players how they would feel. If I was the GM, I'll just be transparent and ask them like how y'all feel about that.
Right.
If they have the attitude like hey man, if it gets us closer to winning, if that puts us over the hump that we haven't been able to get past these past couple seasons, then hell yeah, bring him in. I mean, if it costs 40, 50 million, that's cool. Just make sure you take care of our guy first, because Acuna deserves.
Yeah, but you think about it. If they do that, then you're gonna be spending more money this offseason, because not only are they gonna pay him, they got to get Rona at least 40, and they got to get Ivory at least 25 to 30. So we talking about possibly right. So we talking about a possible 125 million just in one offseason.
It's either on 3 players.
You don't. I don't think they're gonna get him, but it's like either you will sit and try to get him, or you watch him go to LA, the Dodgers, or you watch him go somewhere else. So
he actually has interest in the Dodgers. I think it's the Dodgers, the Red Sox, and the Rangers is his interest.
Yeah.
I mean, you already know why the Rangers. And I mean,
because they just won the World Series.
Yeah, and you know the Dodgers is right out there where he was already at. So those two are easy. But the Boston thing surprised me, so I had to dive a little deeper. And apparently, the Asian community is growing rapidly in the Boston area. So that's something that he is interested in as well. Just going back to your point, JC, about the culture, and just like wherever he goes, they're going to come. You know, so it's just, man, I don't know if he would want to come down here. I mean, I would want to come down here. Of course, I would want to play for one of the best teams in baseball, period. But he may want to make his own way, continue to make his own way. Maybe he comes to Atlanta and feels like he's not going to be as big of a star, because you're definitely going to have to compete with number 13, especially both of y'all being MVPs. You're definitely going to have to compete with 13. Regardless.
I mean, yeah.
You see that? The thing about it, they'll get the money back. Go ahead.
Yeah, like that is true, but I mean, he was just playing with Mike Trout, who most people consider the best player in baseball while he was there. So I mean, if you want to win a championship, you're gonna have to play with somebody. You can't win it by yourself. Right. I mean, it's not about an ego thing, competing to be the biggest guy. Like, you come here, you got to understand. Yeah, it probably is Acuña's locker room because he's been here, he's tenured in the franchise. But I mean, you Shohei Ohtani, like, and then like Smitty said, the Braves need bullpen help, and he kills that bird. And he's a big star. He got a bat, like, so that's just 2 birds, 1 stone to me. So only thing it is the paycheck. But I mean, you got
the money.
You got to pay the cost to be the boss. That's what I say.
Yeah.
I feel like if Shohei was interested in taking a major less deal to play for Atlanta, only because I'm thinking about our GM now, Alex Anthopoulos, and just the way that he's outlined this whole thing, he's not overpaid anybody.
No.
So I mean, yeah, he gave. I mean, what Ronald? I know he got the check. Austin Riley got a pretty nice check and everything too. But you think about it, he didn't overpay anybody. That's another reason why Freddie's gone. Another reason why Dansby's gone. So
now Freddie actually gone because his agent screwed him over.
Yeah. That's kind of his fault too, and that's because you supposed to be. I mean, the lawyer worked for you. You don't work for the agent. You know, the agent worked for you. You supposed to know about what's going on with your contract. So,
right.
Yeah, man, I feel like I blame that on Freddie and Dansby. You know, I mean, he went with a better deal, and I understand that. Get your money. I understand it. But that's just what I'm just scared about. Well, not scared. That's where I'm just concerned about, as far as like even getting a player like Shohei, because we've overpaid nobody. So that'll be very surprising too if Alex would just change his change the way that he's been operating the team.
I mean, I think the biggest star in baseball to make you change the way you operate, though. If you think,
I ain't saying you're wrong, JC. I ain't saying that at all. Now,
but then again, like you say, I think it just come back to rubbing the locker room the wrong way. If they can get past that hump, I would try. But like you say, I can see how that would piss some folks off, especially like
that make me so mad.
My situation though, like if I'm Albies and I see you pay him, and then I'm like, Acuna, you didn't, like, that's my boy, and he getting paid such and such. That's rubbing me the wrong way too. So I don't know. I think they might need to take care of their own business first, and then
the reason why the player may overlook it is because they know Matt Fried could be gone. Kyle Wright is not pitching this year.
Yeah.
And really, who do they have in the rotation?
Shoot, they've been actually linked to trying to get Nola from the Phillies, and I know, and I know Smitty does not like it. I actually like them trying to go after Nola just because I'm looking at the age and the thing that he can possibly be a bullpen / starter for the Atlanta Falcons, the Atlanta Braves, and everything. But at the same time, Smitty, I get it. Four earned runs ERA is not ideal, you know what I'm saying, especially in the caliber that the Braves are. So man.
But it's gonna be interesting, man. Trust me. When
early on he was Raymond early on, but recently in recent reports, he wants Rangers, Red Sox, and Dodgers right now. But you already know reports change every single day.
Yeah. Johnson sending back to China.
That's what he said. Oh. Yeah, man, but yeah, so we're gonna see how that transpires because he's definitely gonna be a hot topic. But one thing, ain't Shohei not playing next year too? Ain't he like hurt? Or
Possibly, yeah.
See what I'm saying?
So that's possibly his half the season,
in, brother.
Yeah.
Like I may not even see you next year. Like you want $50 million.
Use that in contract negotiations. Like, yeah, I'll pay you, but you aren't paying next year. So can I get like a $15 million less discount?
20 million.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. I said it at the trade deadline. I said the Braves should have went down to Blake Snell, and guess what he do? End up winning the Cy Young Award.
He did, and there's people trying to go after him too right now. Not named the Atlanta Braves either.
Now he's one that I think will end up on the Dodgers because I think Clayton Kershaw gonna retire.
Really?
Yeah, he's been talking about it. He's been talking about it all offseason. I think he's gonna retire this offseason because if you look at what he's done in the playoffs, he just hadn't been that guy.
Yeah.
So
he hasn't though. Kershaw definitely has not been the same guy that we played that year. That I feel like we should have got past the Dodgers and we was up 3-1.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah.
That
the year
hurt.
before we won the ring. Yeah.
Yeah, that hurt.
They say in the chat that he's not pitching next year. He's only designated hitter.
Okay. Hey, I mean, even if so, I mean, I don't know, man, because that's one thing that you want to pay for. You want to pay for his pitching. So
right.
I'll pay for a year you taking off of pitching if it mean I get to keep like in basketball terms, that's like getting LeBron and Curry in a prime to me. Like you got Shohei, you got Ronald Acuña. Like if you got a chance at that, you can't pass at that, in my opinion.
Out of your Falcon mind checking in, man. Shout out to the fellas, John and Mike. They just had a stream earlier about 7:05-ish or something like that. So y'all make sure y'all check out of your Falcon mind, man. Those are the bros right there, man, for sure. But yeah, man. You guys got anything else that you want to add before we slide up out of here though?
I got a Falcons question. I hate to go back on the topic, but
hey man, dude,
it's all good.
Do y'all think kind of that the hiring situation from the get-go was messed up with the coach being hired first, I believe, and Terry not having his pick of the coach? And
Absolutely.
Do you think Rich McKay might be looked at as somebody who's time to go? Because I mean, honestly, he's over those type of situations. I don't think Arthur Blank has as much. I think Arthur Blank kind of cooled out a little bit after the Deshaun Watson fiasco, and I think he kind of lets the rest of the brass handle the decision. So, do you think Fontenot is thinking like, man, this is not even my pick, and I'd rather get somebody that I want?
Yeah, I can see that because it was so crazy to me that that Terry was hired after the fact, and he didn't get a chance to even pick his. I don't believe he picks Arthur Smith if he's hired first.
No, I think he get Joe Brady, to be honest.
Yeah, I just feel like he gets anybody. I feel like he gets Oscar the Grouch first. Just like anybody. It's just not going to be Arthur Smith. That's just what I just believe, man. That was just kind of like ass backwards, honestly, man, to hire the coach first. And then, I mean, I even still remember the meeting, Terry looking at Arthur like, bro, I ain't even hire you. But hello, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? It was just a terrible situation. I feel like that should have never happened, and it should never happen again, honestly. But
see, one thing about a GM and a coach, they got to have perfect chemistry. If they don't, They're not on the same page. It's a disaster waiting to happen. And I guarantee you, two out of the three picks that we've had the last 3 years, two of those players probably would have been defensive players. Had Terry Fontenot had his hand on it.
That's a good point. That's a good point, man.
So who y'all perfect situation y'all want next as the coach if y'all had y'all choice there?
Ooh, perfect situation.
That's a great question.
Man,
that's a great question.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go perfect situation. Man, that's tough. That is tough. But we talking about head coach. I may be talking about offensive coordinator and everything. Perfect situation. I guess I could go. I wouldn't mind giving a guy like not named Eric Bieniemy, probably like Ben Johnson from the Lions. Maybe give him an opportunity, head coach. Let's say Matt LaFleur gets fired in Green Bay. He comes down here, be the offensive coordinator. You make Ryan Nielsen the highest paid defensive coordinator just to keep him around. So you don't just have him for like a one and done season. So keep working on that defense. And shit, man, be able to work the quarterback situation, be able to work out, whether it be Ritter, whether it be Heineke, so we can use draft picks to go get other needs. I really don't want to have to go get another rookie quarterback because we suck at quarterback. So I'm just hoping, I'm hoping that some kind of something magical happens for the Atlanta Falcons at quarterback, so we can spend a first round pick or trade different assets to be able to get better in other areas that we need, man.
Yeah, I agree with that. But what I would do, I would probably promote one of the defensive coaches and let them coach the team, and just bring in a guy that can, like he said, develop a quarterback, because that way you keep the chemistry that you already have. And if they can do that while switching coaches, that would be great. And 9 times out of 10, like I said, they switch the coaches and the defensive guys take over and the offensive guy comes in, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be a rookie quarterback here next year. Or we could see Justin Fields or one of those younger guys come in and take over.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree. Ben Johnson name been floating around a lot from Detroit, so I could see him. I see a lot of people want him. I know the guy in Houston, Ben Slowick, I believe his name, or Bobby.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
he was on our staff before, actually. Not our staff, but he's coached like under the Shanahan tree.
Right. All of them. The crazy thing, and I saw it today. Sean McVay, Mike McDaniel, Slowick, and all those guys, they were up under the same tree in Washington under Joe Gibbs. So they've learned a lot along the way. I guess Arthur Smith just didn't catch on. I guess he was in the classroom copying off the folk paper. I don't know.
He knew all the answers. That's what that was.
Right. Yeah, he was the one giving the exams out.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind those guys, but honestly, I don't want to go to the head coach doing the offensive coordinator gig no more. I'd rather have a specific offensive coordinator and then have a head coach, because I think it's too much on these coaches to try to be the head coach and then game plan, scheme up things, because then it's like, what do you have Dave going for? Like, what is his
DoorDash? The best DoorDash agent we got.
If he's not calling the plays, or he's like, I don't know. So I think you need to let the quarterback coach be the quarterback coach, let the offensive coordinator call plays, and then it's cool to get an offensive minded head coach, like, because that helps.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But I think we need to go into getting an offensive coordinator. But Ryan, I wouldn't be opposed to like bumping up a defensive guy we got already. Mm-hmm. But I tend to lean more to minded head coaches. That's just me, because I think get a young quarterback, you need somebody who is minded like him. And I seen somebody say like defensive coaches kind of coach like they still playing. They don't play offense the same way. So I think we should go offense. But as
one thing to look out for this offseason
is
I
Richie
think Bill
Grant.
Belichick. I think Bill Belichick changed his team this year. He's not going to retire from coaching because he loves coaching.
He does.
One team that I could see him going to is Washington, because they have a new ownership. So that could be an option. That's why I said Eric Bieniemy probably could be here as an offensive coordinator next year. So
yeah.
A1, you don't
and Rich McKay, and I agree.
A1, you would be opposed to Bieniemy, because I know when you started you said anybody, but you don't like him, or you?
Well, no, I was saying anybody not named. Well, pretty much I was saying anybody not named, because really, man, Eric Bieniemy, I wanted Bieniemy. I wanted to wait for the Chiefs to win the championship and go hire him immediately afterwards. Now I understand that his resume may not be just like up there, because Andy Reid, he was calling plays too. And I think that's why he went to Washington, because look at what he's doing with Sam Howell. He got Sam Howell looking decent out there. Yeah. And honestly, I believe if he can do that with Sam Howell, I believe he can do that with a quarterback down here. We don't know who the quarterback would be, but I believe whoever it is, he'll be able to do something with him. And he's an offensive mind. I feel like he's pretty creative. And, man, I wouldn't mind giving the guy a shot. It's just I don't know if we'll be able to pry him away from the Commanders, because he is the assistant head coach, just like Jerry Gray is. So I don't know if we'll be able to get him down here, to be honest, and pry him away from the Commanders. So that's ideal, but I don't know if it'll be able to happen. They may fire Ron Rivera if they don't make the playoffs, and the next thing you know, slide Bieniemy right into a head coaching spot, and he'd be crazy not to take it, because he already been there.
Yeah. That's true.
But yeah, man. But guys, unfortunately, we love to stay here all night, but we got to go ahead and end the stream to this go around, man. This has been a lovely stream. Love you guys for coming on and giving your thoughts. Love the chat for coming in and always giving their thoughts. As always love you guys coming through. Always come back. So before we get up out of here, man, I'm gonna let half of Fourth Quarter Sports go ahead and give their outros and let them know where you can find them.
Yeah, man. We Fourth Quarter Sports. I was gonna let my boy. Yeah, Fourth Quarter Sportscast. As you can see, I'm gonna try to drop a link down in the description, because I still have to share this to our channel so they can see. But hey, man, we appreciate you guys letting us come on. We aren't as consistent as you guys. We're gonna have to work on that. But hey, anytime y'all let me come on, I'm always thankful for y'all collaborating and let us come on and sharing y'all spotlight with us. So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all.
No doubt,
man. Y'all ain't have to do that. We just both trying to just talk sports, man. Have a good time, build some following, do the same thing.
Right.
Have a good time, man. Talking about what we love. And I appreciate it.
And whatever you were eating, it must have been good, because you got a damn toothpick.
That thing bust. You see that toothpick? I'm talking about over there looking like Razor Ramon Chico.
Yeah, it was quite tasty. I'll bring some for y'all next time.
Yeah, don't get on the screen like that no more. I'm gonna turn the camera off.
I'm talking about right. Me just talking. All you gonna hear is
right
at the Falcons.
I already know. he been thinking about what he want to eat this whole time.
Facts.
It's all about for real.
But yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
I'm finna go eat after that.
Find you too, man.
You
already know.
Oh, they already know where to find me at, man. Smitty Sports Machine. I'm everywhere, man. I'm always on Twitter, keeping up junk, Facebook, all that good stuff, man. Find me on TikTok too. Even though I can't dance, I can still drop videos.
There you go.
Yeah,
man. Well, you already know. It's the show that's cooler and flies too. A1 Forever Sports with your host Chris Tip Moore. Be generational, because it's always time to be. And don't you dare settle for less, unless your name is Arthur Smith, when you can have more with the vision. You dig? So I enjoyed this stream, man, doing this with you fellas. We definitely gonna have to do this again. Kai, I'm gonna need that Kobe. I'm gonna need that in the background. You don't think I see that? I know that's Kobe, shooting that shot.
You know that shot. Oh man. Right at the end.
Was he trying to take the artwork? His stream that messed up.
Not at the end. It's all good. We understand.
Yeah, man. I might have to get that picture myself, man. But like he said, man, we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. So when he come back in, he can close it out.
A1. flyer too. Jam.